still need to get rid of that desk. Get out here, desk. Okay. Okay, 6, 5, 4. I think it usually starts even when it's just counting down. Okay. The timer has started. I am not going to be touching anything. I'm not going to be going to any different site or link. I'm just going to leave it here. And hopefully, like,
Okay,
people will
we're
be able to
live.
enjoy this. So we are live right now.
Yep.
Hello. Magic.
Where's the
So
public
please, for the love of
server
God,
right
forgive me
now?
for all that tomfoolery. Like I can't tell if it's Streamlabs or my computer or what, but things just don't want to cooperate right now. But anyway, welcome to the Insanimators, where luck is never on our side, and then we have to make up our own.
All right.
Fair enough.
So, obviously, you already know who we are, but we still need to do introductions because we're petty. Sorry if I sound dead, by the way. Like, me trying to get everything sorted while also trying to make sure the stream is running effectively. I can understand why some people have trouble with this. Even like even people on the professional levels of streamers. But anyway, yes, it's me, Maddox, the guy that is known for literally only has-been hotel art. That is all I am known for, nothing else.
Are you sure about that?
According to the internet.
Dang,
Yeah.
bro, you can't argue with the internet. It's the internet.
Unless you got a death wish.
That.
Oh yeah. This is my formal announcement. I am going to argue with the entirety of the internet starting tomorrow. I'm joking, by the way.
I want to watch.
No, I'm joking.
Dana
No, I'm not gonna.
I'll set it up. I'll schedule it.
No!
Dana versus the internet.
No!
Bro.
My
good.
sister came online. That's the only thing I saw.
Okay. So let's see. Boop. I'm gonna like have. I want to make sure it's running effectively. But anyway, the rest of you, please introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Dana, otherwise known as Twin Shift. I draw a lot of FNAF as of late, apparently.
I'm a person.
You know, that's a really good introduction, Dom.
Yep, I know. That's why I said it.
He's a man with limitless potential. Doesn't realize it yet.
Potential unleashed?
No.
My favorite.
Unfortunately.
Skill has unlocked.
Unfortunately, you cannot go Ultra Instinct yet.
Oh, I'll get there soon.
That's a threat.
Yeah, and I'll be the next Hokage.
It kind of looks like he's about. It kind of looks like he's like Super Saiyan Blue, but also like rosé bits because he has the blue rosé thing on his hair.
I just did the pink and blue because of the neon stuff.
I mean, yeah, but you can also look at it as you're about to be closer to rosé. I don't know.
Rosé is so pretty.
I know.
It's just that the story arc wasn't.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Don't shoot. He's not the enemy.
All right, next.
We don't talk about the death of my favorite character. No.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Consider the fact that it literally took the power of the creator of the multiverse just to get rid of him.
I know, but like Goten dying, hearing that kind of made me like actually sad.
Dragon Ball Super spoilers aside, it doesn't matter, Dom. There are still some people that haven't watched it.
I don't.
Yeah.
They can suffer.
Bruh.
If you haven't watched it at this point or seen anything on it, that's on you, not me. It's been out for too long at this point.
Bro, less than 5 minutes and you already insulted the whole community.
I haven't, but that's because I don't like Dragon Ball, so.
I'll change that real fast. Hey, Dana,
Oh dear God.
She's gonna,
You
gonna
wanna see
strap,
all my
literally going
favorite
to strap you
characters?
to your couch and like turn on the entirety of Dragon Ball, starting with Dragon Ball.
I'm in
Yeah, we'll
danger.
go
Yeah.
yeah, we'll go back to the old
Yeah.
one. Back when
We start
Goku
with
No!
like little
No,
Goku
I'm
and
trying
we-
that one. No, please, God.
Oh, you started there?
Hey,
Oh,
it's
that's
me,
probably
I'm
why you
Goku.
don't like it.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna be watching the old Dragon Ball in the '80s Japanese dub.
God help
Oh
me.
my god.
But but there is a reason why we're here, people. Unfortunately.
Well,
Hey,
unfortunately. Hey!
Yeah.
And today,
that's pretty neat.
like, let's talk about animation. You know, we talked about a lot of things, story building, like what makes a good arc. What else did we talk about in the ye olden days of this show?
I can't
Yeah.
remember. I forgot everything. What's
It
my
all
name
started
again?
with the beginning.
But it's like I do remember that we talked a lot about like learning how to create a good story and like learning the
Mhm.
processes of what makes good franchises. And like of course the battle
Yep.
of originality versus trending. I know that one for sure.
Yeah. Good character designs and stuff.
I still have
I
that
know that
video.
some of them were my ideas, but I still can't remember.
Bro.
and that's how major companies take people's ideas and use it for their own thing.
I just forget my
Yeah.
ideas
Yep. But
Your idea has been stolen.
because I forgot about it.
yep.
I think that's just called. Never mind. I'm not gonna finish that statement.
I don't even
That's
know what you
cold.
were gonna
What?
say.
Okay.
But today
Good.
we're going to be talking about the history, the idea of animation, how it came to be, and like how it's basically inspired a lot of us to kind of go somewhere either close to that career or just help us develop our own world in which to hopefully get it animated. No promises though. So,
Yeah.
He promises
all started from the
everything he
beginning.
says.
so
In the beginning,
No, we're not doing this. We're not
In the
doing
beginning,
this.
there was you and me.
Shut up!
So out of this group, when do you think the first like idea of animation started?
Bro, that was like a long time ago.
Yeah, in the 30s.
I wrote.
maybe
It was not the
before.
30s. It was not the 30s.
It was not the 30s.
Oh.
It maybe blew up in the 30s, but it didn't start in the 30s.
I
It was
know
like-
what this is, and I forget what it happened.
I like the pure frustration and anger from that.
It,
I know what this is, and I forget what it happened.
Oh, jeez.
so basically, the first recorded animator is Pygmalion of Greek and Roman mythology.
I'm just gonna say everybody's wrong here, including me. I'm always wrong. But animation, like the idea of animation, or at least like the concept of
Aside
it,
from Greek time.
it started in the 19th century. And
You can't tell me I was wrong because I was gonna say, well, it started before I was born.
that
Bruh.
could literally be applied to almost any point in
Obvious,
history
though.
before your birth.
Yeah.
It took place 1945 BD before Dom.
Yeah, the animation. The history of animation started actually July 20th, 1887 in France.
The silence after that.
Well, it's mainly because like I honestly, when it came to the research, I only visited like one site.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're doomed.
Well, maybe if y'all put in the effort of actually doing some research, I wouldn't be the only one doing this shit.
I didn't
Bro,
research.
Yeah,
in
I've
high school.
participated on this before. You think I
jokes on-
don't have my knowledge?
Apparently not, considering how you're trying to remember.
Blame that on my goldfish brain, not.
Goldfish brain. I don't think you ever use that to describe your brain.
You have not communicated with me as of late.
I don't think you ever had the time to.
Ooh. I think I remember that.
But that's not. But
I would say fair point if it weren't for the fact that I literally set aside free time every single night just to vibe with friends in VR chat.
And that's where you lose me.
Yeah.
Well, that's on you then.
Well, mainly because I'm also trying to. I'm either trying to get my own stuff sorted out, or I have to go to bed because of work. So, kind of
yeah.
for me, it's kind of a losing fight.
Did you know that animation started? The history of animation started 20th of July 1987 in France by Charles Emile, who self-taught himself, an engineer, created and presented the first praxinoscope.
Oh my god, wait, I think I learned about this in art history.
Yeah.
I'm starting to remember.
Good for you.
I don't remember I don't remember much, but I think I've seen a movie about something, I don't know.
Oh, this is good news indeed.
Also, did you know that on October 28th, 1892, he projected the first animated film in public called Power Pierrot, or whatever, however you say.
He should have named it Spooky.
I am so sorry to anyone who heard that.
Yeah, like
because guaranteed that pronunciation was probably just butchered.
It probably was, but
yeah,
one of
in
the
Musée yeah, sorry.
But like one of the earliest forms of animation, like as I said before, like I don't know what a magic lantern is, but I could kind of get, but I do get the idea of what it's supposed to do. And then there's the zoetrope. Like you think it would be called zoetrope, judging by the E, but no, it's zoetrope. Or is it trop? Is it trop? It's trop. Trop?
Bro, y'all should see the zoetrope they have in Disneyland. That's it. That was a statement.
Yeah.
Okay, and so for those that don't know, it's the earliest form of motion picture project. I'm literally reading this off, and I apologize for that. It's consisting of like a drum containing a still set of images that was turned in a circular fashion as a way to create the illusion of motion. And I think it's like one of those ones where like you spin it really fast so that it actually provides the illusion of animation.
I think I saw that in the movie.
I learned that in art history. I'm so happy I remember that.
Okay, you know what? Like, I think out of all the subjects that I've learned in my classes just to get my AA degree, anything relating to history I disliked, like completely.
I did too.
Like, not gonna go on a rant about it, but bottom line is, it's definitely not one of my stronger subjects.
History kind of garbo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As for like the earliest forms of like someone putting one image next to another and saying, "Hey, you know, this actually looks like it's moving," I could not tell you for the life of me.
Oh my god, it's moving!
Like literally staring at it for 10 minutes. It moved.
I think before they called it animation or whatever, they probably called it moving picture or something. I don't know.
That like
motion
pictures. So I mean, like either
motion
or really.
Pictures, yeah.
Hold it. Gotta burp again.
Yeah.
I hate pizza burps. Because it's like they threaten to like it basically it's like it's threatening to throw up.
Oh.
And I don't like that.
TMI.
Well, now I don't want to look at a slice of pizza for a while.
Oh, don't worry, it was thin crust.
Yeah.
TMI.
This is where I die. This is the exact time and date of my death.
Bruh.
I'm dead now.
Also, okay, like Dom, I have to ask, like for the drawing, what is that head to body ratio?
I'm trying to do the kid thing. They don't have. They're really weird. They have very thick necks, but very like plumpy,
the
small
kid thing?
bodies. It's hard, okay?
Oh my
I
god.
don't draw in the style much, but it's hard. Here, let me just.
Oh,
You want different? I'll
that's
show
like
you
the
different.
chibi, like in
There's
2 parts.
perfect.
What were they called?
Okay.
Oh my god.
Now-
oh my god,
now-
you
now it's
decapitated
just-
yourself.
Now it's just JoJo.
Jojo.
I fixed it.
Oh,
Kind of,
no.
not really. I'm gonna fix it again. Let's just
But
hope.
yeah,
Jojo with his
uh,
poses. Yeah.
when I think about motion picture, or at least like the start of motion picture, the one thing that comes to my mind is like that one scene in Tarzan, like where Jane is showing Tarzan like that like the thing that I was talking about, where it was like a drum containing images and just spin it around, and it shows like a picture in motion. I think it was a guy on like one of those weird ass bikes where it has a giant wheel in the front and a tiny wheel in the back. Humanity's
Yeah.
fucking weird.
I think.
Yeah.
It's always
I think I
weird.
know what you're talking about.
It is weird.
But
I
anyway,
heard beard.
like obviously though that was the start of it, but it didn't really make headway until like the silent era, which is like 1900s to 1920s.
Silent era.
And
oh my god.
some names that really took it to heights was people like Stuart Blackton, Emil Cole, and Winsor McKay. Like
People I'm not gonna remember.
probably not. This ain't gonna be on the test.
There's a test.
Yeah.
I failed. Just saying.
Yes, and Dana's gonna be the one taking it.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Wait.
Yeah.
I already have to take tests on coffee making.
Well, now you have to take another one, Dana.
No!
Yeah.
Too bad.
Also, did you know that the first cartoons were up to 50 minutes, drawn and painted by hand, pantomime lasting?
I feel extremely sorry
This
for
is-
those that had to endure that kind of pain.
At least now we know he's just reading off of whatever that is.
What reading? I'm just coming up with the knowledge.
Luigi,
Because
with how long we've
God.
been speaking to each other, like I can say for a fact that you, in fact, do not have a brain like a computer.
Yeah, none of us do.
None of us do, though.
You don't know. Maybe you don't know. I maybe have like the upgrade.
Unless you went up to Google and asked for a brain chip, I doubt you'd be able to come up with that on your own.
Yeah. I mean, did you know that I am a temporary force meeb? That's
I
why.
know.
Also, what I didn't know about it is like, did you know that Mickey Mouse was a knockoff of like Oswald? Because
he
Oswald
wasn't a
became public
knockoff.
property
Wait,
of.
hang on. This is something I do remember. Hang on.
Yeah.
Luigi, watch out! You're about to get
knockoff.
fact checked.
No, your boy wasn't a knockoff. He was made because Disney lost the rights to Oswald.
Yeah. I was about to say that. Because he got property to university. Yeah.
You say he's a knockoff, and I'm imagining like bootleg companies or something making like, oh, this character is really popular. Make him a mouse. Boom, you're good to go.
You mean like the one time I saw like
mean-
an image of a backpack of like a completely messed up color scheme of Sonic with the word Obama next to it?
I mean, when you hear knockoff, you would think that, but like, what I meant is Mickey was created out of necessity because Oswald became the property of Universal Studios since he was produced on their payroll. But nowadays, like, Oswald is now a public domain now, so like everyone can use him.
Well, I'm not sure if Oswald's public domain because Disney likes to toy with public domain laws.
Great.
Well,
So,
Allegedly.
actually, as long as you don't use that one design, I don't know which one, but like I think you'll be fine.
You know, it's funny that we're starting to talk about like stuff relating to Disney because that's actually two things. One, the next thing we're going to be talking about in terms of art history, and secondly, the name of like part of the name of our featured artist, Disney Dork 1928, which I do believe is when it started, like the Disney company, 1928. Someone fact check me on that. Can the official Disney Dork fact check me on that?
Probably.
Yeah, probably. Like I'll hear from her soon.
Yeah, it is.
I'll hear from her soon about
it's
it.
Actually, I think it's October 16th, 1923.
I found it. Also, real quick, just very quickly going to the earlier topic of zoetrope again. Would I spent like some time in the background here if I was quiet, it's because I spent time looking for a specific YouTube channel. If anyone wants to see both a really good example of what a zoetrope is, in addition to just some really freaking cool ones, look up the YouTube channel Alexander Dubosk, and I'll type it into the stream chat for somebody to put in our live chat. They make zoetropes out of cake, and they are fucking phenomenal. they actually look amazing. And I just dropped the channel link in stream text channel for someone to put in the live chat.
Yeah, a zoetrope is basically a rotating series of models which are
we literally just
different
said
and
like what a zoetrope is, Luigi.
That we said what
Yes.
Anyways, sorry for that interjection. I wanted to throw that out there because you know,
were struggling just to remember that. I mean,
no, not to remember it, but to find the channel.
Oh yeah.
Geez, how many different word searches did you have to go through just to find it?
A few.
How many?
Keyword a few. But anyway, back to Disney, or more specifically, Disney Dork. They are our featured artists, and as you can tell, they really like angel dust. Like, it's purely evident.
I mean, they like angel dust
so
much.
So much so that they actually wanted to put them in different like different Disney universes, and quite frankly, they work. Like, if I were to be completely honest, they kind of work. Because, like, you got Cinderella, you got, like, a human version of Angel Dust being, like, Cinderella. And then you have, like, the Little Mermaid, which is going to pop up soon. Yeah, like that. And it's just, like... Like, how is she able to come up with this stuff? I'll never know. But, she constantly, like... I honestly don't think I ever seen a post where she doesn't post this kind of shit, and it's great. But yeah, you want to go check her out. I did leave her Twitter in the description. Hopefully, it's there on this new stream since the old stream got borked.
Let me check.
Check out their socials, see what they're up to. They got around 2,000 followers. But wouldn't mind boosting up that number, you know what I'm saying? Tell them the Insanimators sent you, please, for the love of God.
Yeah, the link is there.
But yes, back onto and keeping in the subject of Disney. Like, I don't think there's anybody that made animation rocket into popularity than the man himself, Walt Disney.
Yeah.
Like he and like other animators were able to bring animation into the spotlight and also put the name Disney on the map. Like, who knows Steamboat Willie? Like, dumb question, but still needs to be answered. Who knows Steamboat Willie?
Steamboat Willie, what's that?
I think I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not.
Dana probably is, but I'm
Steamboat
not.
Willie.
I
Oh, you. Yeah.
I am indeed being sarcastic.
It was,
Yeah.
like I said, it was
Well,
the very
doesn't-
first animation that put Disney on the map, and also I think the very first appearance of Mickey Mouse. Could be wrong on that.
Technically, publicly, yes.
So yeah, like that
Yeah.
would be like, and that was what really set
1928.
animation to be kind of like the
I
go-to
believe-
form of media.
Now, I believe the first animated short with Mickey Mouse was Plain Crazy. However, I do believe Steamboat Willie was released first.
Yeah. 1928.
And you gotta imagine like the frames for like, especially for the more fluent parts of that short, like that must have taken some time. Like if we were to travel back to how they used to do animations without any form of computer or like any sort of programming to help them with that, all of it purely hand drawn and inked up.
Traditional.
I'd sob.
Well, that's how it would. That's how it be done. That's how animation worked.
Yeah.
Worked, not works. Now is different.
Worked.
Now is better.
That's all digital. Oh, yeah.
Sadly,
The
it's
good old
all
days of
digital.
Disney.
What happened to the good old days of pen and paper?
Yeah,
Bro, what happened to the good old days of pen and paper? What happened was people stopped breaking their wrists.
Yeah,
I
now
see.
we got the pretty things like MUI. That's pretty to look at instead of what it would look like in paper or pencil.
The drawing tablet that I use still requires me to draw like I'm drawing on paper.
Oh, yeah.
Same
But
here.
see, so we're still kind of at the good old days in your end.
I'm like, I'm gonna have to take the spot of the new old guy of the group.
Oh god.
Fear me.
No, I don't think I will.
Wait,
No,
Mason's
just call
taking
you
on the
much
form
older
of
are
those
you
were
than
the days, and I'm horrified.
Yeah, those were the days, I tell you.
Oh, okay, I'm leaving the cast now. Goodbye. This is my formal resignation.
Bruh.
So,
You're like,
like while we're on Steamboat Willie, I don't like that name for some reason. Just something rubs me the
Willie.
wrong way. Something rubs me the wrong way on it. But
Is it the Willy part?
probably.
It's the Willy part.
And also how it's spelt.
That's silly. Silly Willy.
Like just how it's spelt also. Willie. It's like they
Willie. Yeah.
But I guess like it'll bring to the question, like, can we look back on that animation and draw inspiration from it?
No,
Like
it doesn't have
Cuphead?
MUI.
Like Cuphead. It's been drawn like back in the 30s, I think.
Yeah, drawn like it, but it
Animation.
wasn't from it. There's a difference. Like, it's easier to do, you know, like I said, with all that whole
Still, it's
computer animation and
inspired.
shit.
Still, it's been inspired by that. They literally done like.
Well, I meant like for
the good old
us
days in a
alone.
way.
Oh, us? Yeah, no,
Us?
that's
I don't
not
know.
me. Dana, maybe that's you. I don't know, but that's not me.
Hey, what?
They got MUI? No, I don't
They're
know.
doing the good old days animation, like
Like,
in
can
back in
we
the
say
30s.
can any of us say that we've drawn inspiration from Steamboat Willie?
That's why I said Dana, maybe you, but not.
Yeah.
No, most of my inspiration has been drawn from more modern shows and such.
Ooh.
Good, you like MUI? Good. MUI is pretty.
Us,
That's
I don't
not
know.
me.
You remember the days
Yeah,
back?
but the thing is, that was the first short made public in terms of Disney. I think what kind of kept that ball rolling in terms of Disney gaining popularity was their very first hand-drawn animated film to be put on the big screen. Can anybody guess what that movie was? And don't cheat.
I know this like the back of my hand, and therefore I'm not going to say it because I want someone else to guess.
Did it have MUI?
Bro.
If you want the correct answer, then turn to me.
I want the correct answer. I only know anime.
You failed the exam.
Snow
You're not
White
getting
and
your
the Seven
degree.
Dwarfs.
Okay.
Snow
Yes.
White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Question. Ooh.
Yep. Like, as if Disney couldn't make animation more popular enough, they bring that shit.
Shit.
And it's understandable because, like, compared to something like, as aforementioned, Steamboat Willie, and like comparing it to Snow White, like you can obviously tell that they definitely upgraded their animation. Like, it's more fluent, it's more I'd say more emotional.
I think the word you were looking for was fluid.
Fluid, whatever.
Yeah.
Fluent
Oh yeah,
is more
fluent
like a
in
thing
different
that
languages. That's what it is.
yeah.
But yeah, it's like it shows you how far, like, from like how far a span of 9 years can make when working on something from like shorts here and there featuring everybody's favorite moose.
Animation goes MUI.
Stop, I swear to God. Is that going to be your
Master
running
Ultra
gag
Instinct.
or something?
No, I just
Bro.
really like MUI. It's too pretty for me. I looked at
I'm
it.
sure.
And I
I'm
liked
sure.
it.
I'm sure it is.
MUI.
Given the fact that I probably don't know what that is, I'm sorry.
Mastered Ultra
Mastered Ultra
Instinct, you
Instinct.
stupid.
Yeah. It's when Goku has like white hair and it's all glowing stuff.
Technically, it's like, isn't it like really shiny silver?
Yeah, I like silver hair, so I find it pretty.
Then why don't you draw your character in that, huh?
Because
I thought
I don't
Rosé
know.
is
I
your
just
favorite.
had an idea before the stream, and I still want to go with it.
MUI dumb.
Then by all means, continue.
I might draw Krillin in MUI because he can actually go MUI if he trained right.
Bro, he's gonna need
Ooh.
like 7 or 8 story arcs in order for that to happen.
Bro, just throw
I
him in a
mean,
hyperbolic time chamber for 10 years. That's what
Hyperbolic
Frieza
time
did.
chamber, that man's
Yeah.
gonna be stuck in there for 7 days.
Yeah, Frieza was in there
Yeah,
for
it
a
would
time
be
span
7
of
years.
10 years.
Yeah.
Frieza went into a hyperbolic
Frieza-
time chamber for 10 years.
Frieza
Came
literally is
back
like
and had black.
the most powerful character because like he doesn't need much training to get stronger, and he only needs like think about it, like mentally just have a battle in his like head, like when he was, and then like he just goes the next like form and stuff.
So anyway, back to Disney.
Okay. Mice.
There was an anime break.
Yeah,
Rats.
but of course, now obviously Disney wasn't the only like monumental studio to bring animation into the limelight. There was other people like I am so sorry if I butcher this. The Fleischer brothers.
Not wrong.
Ooh.
Like they did animation differently compared to Disney. They did something called rotoscoping. And that one is like that one is a little more tedious compared to, say, like what Disney did, or like compared to what Disney did, but they wanted to improve upon it. You're basically taking like human movements, like recorded or like filmed, and you're tracing over that, like we're basically replacing whoever's acting with the cartoon character.
It was kind of like also the early days of motion capture, where like they
kind of
movements and stuff.
They started the thing I don't like. Okay.
Like
every time I see a
like
motion captured character, I cry inside.
Back then. Yeah.
Like they use this. They mainly use this for their show Out of the Inkwell. I don't think anyone's heard of that show. Neither have I. But you know,
I have.
Out of the Inkwell.
Yeah,
that
like-
Of course,
sounds familiar.
Dana has.
it lasted a good 10 years. So like
I don't know why it sounds like a bendy animation.
probably was.
Boy, when I tell you.
But of course the bitch about it is that it is such a time consuming process because you're talking about frame by frame, like trying
Ooh,
to
the clown.
and especially like trying to cover up the person portraying the movements completely with the cartoon character in question. However,
Yeah.
this did prove to be it did prove to work, and it really worked for like going back to Disney because they also took the form of rotoscoping for their movies like Mary Poppins, Alice in Wonderland, Tron.
I just realized I didn't outline the face.
Uh-oh. How unfortunate.
I'll fight you right here, right now. I got gigantic roar and Emperor's Death Beam. I'll end you.
But yes, it's like, would you? Okay, now obviously you know it's a tedious ass process, but like
Also,
if we were all to think about it, I think we all prefer. I don't think any of us want to go through the fucking torment of doing human movement like animations that require movements of live action people.
No, that makes
I
it
wouldn't be
horrible.
entirely opposed to it purely because of the end result.
Didn't
my
Anastasia,
guy-
yeah, didn't Anastasia do something like that?
Well, in my guy, I've seen modern like rotoscope animations, which yes, people still make those. Oh my god, they are gorgeous with the modern technology. They're like drop dead stunning.
I don't think that's how you say that, but okay.
Yeah, and like
Shut up.
there's and
Okay,
aside from
fine.
the movies I mentioned, there's other movies out there that also do rotoscoping, and usually not just for cartoon characters. Sometimes it's like it's still human, but it's just under a different medium. So just imagine an entire film completely hand drawn, but it still has like that live action thing. Pain. That's all I can describe it as.
I need to find this one clip.
You do that. I'm gonna keep drawing.
yeah.
I'm still the only one drawing.
I'm
Ugh.
looking at my own thing.
Well,
Oh, wait.
stop it. This is pain.
Well, I mean, I wish Smee would join, but you know, late.
2 people drawing is only slightly better.
Where is it? 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 Where is the rotoscope?
So, stepping away from Disney for a moment. Yes, it's great. Yeah, they own the entire world now, but
Oh, fun. I
like,
don't want to be owned by Disney.
but I say let's kind of shift our focus over to someone like Tex Avery. and
What is that? Sorry, I looked on the.
know.
I zoomed out and I saw that,
that's
and I kind of cried.
That's Luigi just being Luigi.
I don't know.
But dear, I'm scrolling through my likes on Twitter trying to find it, and I found Mr. Hippo rickrolling everyone. Okay.
that sounds so
Mr. Hippo,
out of
what?
context.
I found it!
Mr.
I
Hippo
found
throwing
it!
at what?
All right.
Also, speaking of Mr. Hippo, I've seen
putting this in the street text
Joe
channel.
kind of doing those singing thing with like Mr. Hippo and then like.
That's
people
the rotoscope thing I was talking about.
Oh yeah.
Should we put that link in the stream chat?
Probably.
So the fact like them.
I just want people to watch it.
Oh, I see.
All right.
Security breach as interpreted.
That's what I meant by modern rotoscoping. Like look at that. Like, there's more, but like, look at that shit.
Right.
This is just one of more.
Yeah. Like. Yeah, I can see that happening. Like that seems fucking painful.
Oh my god. Wait, is this JD music I'm hearing? Wow.
Oh, no, wait. I'm not going to color it yet because I had another thing I wanted to do. Okay. I'm going to do that first, and then I'll do it.
And you know what? I'm also gonna post a link of Mr. Alexander Dubosc, that people can take a look at all the fancy zoetropes.
Yes.
I don't want to inspect. Right, paste. Boom. So you want to check out that? Link should be in the stream text. But yes, back to Tex Avery. So Tex Avery, like, he would take animation to something like what Disney was doing now and just go completely crazy with it.
Completely nuts.
Like, he and other famous artists would go on to working for the studio Warner Brothers. Like his team of artists, you probably know a couple of these people, consisted of legends like Chuck Jones. We all know him. Like,
sorry, I heard Chuck and thought of Chuck Norris.
I mean, same deal. This guy was basically the Chuck Norris of animation.
Not wrong.
At least I'm not too far off then.
Yeah, so there's Chuck Jones, Bob Clampett, and Bob Cannon. So 2 Bobs and a Chuck.
I remember. This is like a very brief aside. When I was a kid, I would watch mostly Tom and Jerry reruns. As an adult, my favorites are the Chuck Jones ones. But I remember there was this one name. I think it was Fred Quimby, I want to say, or something like that.
I'm pretty sure I remember, yes.
And I remember I hated the Chuck Jones ones as a kid because I couldn't sing the name the same way I could sing Fred Quimby whenever the title popped up.
Wait, sing or say?
Sing, like the little ending chords. Again, I was like,
Fred Quimby.
You know, I was fine.
I mean, now that I'm singing it, now I kind of understand.
I fucking love the Chuck Jones stuff, but as a kid, I hated them purely because I couldn't sing the name.
That's your only reason, literally nothing else.
I was just like, ugh, Chuck Jones, I can't do this. They're not gonna be mediocre at best. Oh, they're actually pretty funny. Oh well, they're so mediocre at best.
You sound like, what was his name? Nuggets from the kindergarten, like the voice that Matt does actually for Nuggets. That's how you sound like with that voice.
I think it was Stafford.
Oh my god, I need to get back into kindergarten. I love kindergarten.
I love kindergarten. It's such a good game.
You like the game, right?
I like the game.
No, I'm not going back to real kindergarten.
Also going on another tangent, I want to talk about that. I have a massive respect for any game that takes their time with sprite animations, because not counting ones that use actual animations, like say Skullgirls, like that. I'd say that's a good example of something that uses hand drawn animations and whatnot. Also, Luigi, you're echoing.
I'm echoing.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh wait, that's Dana.
Wait, what?
Oh.
That's Dana.
Oh, hang on.
It was you.
It was me. Hang on, I have to. Let me lower my gain. Hang on.
Game.
Actually, wait.
Gain. Gain.
What do you hope to gain from this?
What do you hope to gain from this?
Yeah, but it's hand-drawn animations like Skullgirls and of course Cuphead, as Luigi mentioned. That stuff, I have a massive respect for people that take their time to work on this stuff.
Oh my god, Hollow Knight counts, right?
Yeah, that's one. And I think that's mainly revolving around indie games, because you never really see AAA games going for something like that unless you were to consider say Arc Sys with Dragon Ball Fighters or Guilty Gear.
We're not talking about fighters. That game's more toxic than Dead by Daylight.
and you guys can believe him because he's speaking from experience.
I played it for
Yeah.
like 2 seconds. I hate it.
Bro.
But and there's also the ones where it's all pixels, like it's purely pixelated, like so it's like one of those JRPGs,
I need to move sands away.
or if it's like one of those indie games that uses only pixel art. I feel like that requires a lot more effort than hand-drawn animations because
Wait.
like you're having to move, like you have to make sure one square is in the right spot, otherwise the whole thing's gonna look fucked.
I'd say Terraria, but
I
the
mean,
first thing
Terraria
I
could
think
count.
of. Yeah, I guess, but that's like only for the monsters. Your character is just kind of. Yeah, your characters are kind of stale.
I think like let's look at another example, like say Yoshi's Island.
Yes.
Like, cause you gotta think about like
This one, yes.
yes,
just like that
queen.
game.
Yes.
I got the 3DS one and I like it. I just enjoy it. It's fun.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for the interjection there. I just had to observe that Dom just.
So, so I think I remember like, you know, you had Yoshi, you know, like you had your standard run, jump, duck, but there was also like the one where you like you touch one of those things and then your Yoshi's like fucking high.
Oh my
What?
god, no.
Oh yeah,
Like, yeah,
Yoshi's
They're
Island.
these
I
like
remember
little
that also.
fuzzy things. I
Like-
hate them so much.
But the thing is, it's like you know it's taking effect when you see Yoshi because Yoshi looks fucking drugged out of his mind. But it's
Why are we talking about this? I think I've lost a plot here.
basically we're talking about we're kind of taking off a little side note. I'd like to talk about like video game sprites and how they're animated, and like say commend the effort for something like that. Mainly for pixel, like for pixel animations. Because I think that in and of itself is a painful ordeal to go with. Never mind rotoscoping and say like, or
If
anything.
you're trying to insinuate that is more difficult than rotoscoping, I think you've lost the plot here, buddy.
I've lost everything except for my mind. Nope, wait,
Yeah.
I lost that too.
I was about to say.
But yeah, like
You're insane, man.
It's
I mean,
just
if
like
I-
sometimes the games have special effects that make it seem like it took a lot more effort than animation, like a normal animation.
Yeah.
Some of them are actually done like manually too. There's no like extra help with effects.
and I have
That's
more
scary.
and there's no game or or show or anything of the sort that deserves a higher respect than those that like take the hard route.
Like me, I give myself way too much.
And
I feel like that should be bad with the way it was worded.
basically the more tedious route,
That's a better word for it.
like those that take the time and effort to make sure every line is exactly the way it should be, and to make sure that it can like it all flows well, and if there's like fight scenes that the choreography works.
That's literally just gonna be me when I'm older. I'm gonna cry.
It's
from
gonna be
that.
me.
Let's
Dana, I'm sorry if I come to you crying one day because I'm putting myself through too much.
Yeah. If that's the case, I'm gonna rip the drawing tablet out of your hand.
Oh,
I feel like
fair
I
enough.
feel like if I were to say anything,
I will body slam it onto the ground.
No, wait, no, don't do that.
I feel like Dana, I feel like you'd be doing that to me right now because of what I'm going through just to get this stuff done.
I'm about to.
I wanna It's funny when it's not me.
No, and I are both about to at this rate.
That husk drawing ain't gonna finish itself.
I'm gonna...
You're just giving her more incentive
Bruh.
to do this.
You're gonna need to buy a new drawing tablet, buddy.
Joke's
She's
on
gonna
you,
do
I
a
already have
legendary
one.
Super Saiyan, bro.
I have a fucking backup. It's not as good as the one I have now, but still.
I'm going back to my rabbit.
That sounds pretty weird.
But
thinking it so much.
But back to the history of it. So
Okay.
so after all that, like obviously it like Tex Avery would go to make it cartoons more crazy looking and and wily, like as for mentioned Tom and Jerry, but also what would eventually lead to the creation of Daffy Duck, Elmer Fudd, Bugs Bunny, like all those characters that we know and cherish that basically become the icon of Warner Brothers. And I think that's pretty much the true fact, because if Bugs Bunny were to die in any way, shape, or form, that's it. Warner Brothers is finished.
Yep.
No, they have Ultra Instinct Shaggy, stupid.
You really think that's going to save the studio? Not even
Bro,
Shaggy's power is going to
into the-
protect it.
Bro, they added Ultra Instinct Shaggy to games for a reason.
It does.
yeah.
It would matter. It would not matter. Bugs Bunny is like 5 times more popular than Shaggy. Okay, I'm gonna say
Bugs
that right
Bunny's
now.
in multiverses, and I see more Shaggies than Bugs Bunnies.
That's
Just
because
saying.
Shaggy has more meme potential ever since Ultra Instinct was considered.
Well, also considering you're talking about a video game here, Dom, I think stats might have something to come into play with that.
Plus,
you can make characters really beefy.
Plus,
in that
Bugs
game
Bunny.
regardless.
Plus, Bugs Bunny has more headway than Shaggy ever did because Bugs Bunny came out first.
Just so what?
You literally is
Actually, that is kind of a moot point.
Like Bugs Bunny is like, Bugs Bunny came out first. That means he's more popular. Dom is just like, I don't care.
Well, that and
I don't play by your rules.
Sense.
just because a character comes out first doesn't mean that they're better.
I mean, it's all just how you use them.
Yeah, the best a bit of it.
Again, I feel like that should be worse than it is.
Hey, blaming you for attempting to take it out of context.
Yeah.
Also, you're apparently your partner is trying to defend it. How dare you speak that way to God of Destruction, Shaggy?
Oh god, if he ends up as the next god of destruction, we're doomed. There's no coming back.
I'm pretty sure I've actually seen him in like the outfit that Beerus wears.
No.
Like, say goodbye to your universe, man.
Oh, gee, man.
God.
God, what the fuck is this stream?
Game on Shaggy stream now.
But aside from these giant ass companies that would go on to revolutionize how animation works and how it looks, the bottom line of it all is that animation pretty much became a staple of entertainment in the media industry. Like you would see animation being used everywhere, stop motion, hand drawn animations, like eventually computer generated 3D animations. Like all that stuff. Like just imagine there was this one commercial. Hopefully I don't know if anybody's heard of this, but there was this one commercial that was of course against smoking, because this was the 80s. This was like during the whole anti-drug thing. But
bro, you should have seen what Dom and I had to deal with when we were in school ages.
Oh god.
But anyway, there was this commercial where this guy, this villain, this bad guy, whose name was literally Nicotine.
Ooh! No, come on!
whose sole purpose was to give underage minors cigarettes. And then Superman comes in and saves the day. But it's just but the thing is, the animation was so fluent. It was so well done.
No, hang on. No. Bro, if you're going to have an anti-smoking commercial, right? If you're going to have an anti-smoking commercial, I don't know if it's more or less effective if you have your audience groaning at the villain meant to represent cigarettes. Because I don't know. Because on one hand, you got on one hand, yes, it's like, oh, grown, I'm never gonna go near this because grown. And on the other hand, I don't know. I'm tired of it.
Hi, tired.
Sorry, I had to mute because my brother was looking for a charger.
Yeah, like, and of course, like, the different forms of animation, like, you could really see the level of creativity some people can go through. Like I would say claymation is probably the one I like to give more respect for, because having to constantly move the figures while also making sure that you don't squish the models too much, or hopefully they don't fall off and let gravity do the work. Like,
Yeah.
that takes a lot of patience and a lot of, like, I mean, yeah, that it's probably reasonable that they keep, like, spares in case, like a head decides to fall off or something gets squished when it shouldn't have. But even so, that's like tediousness to try and make sure that you got it in the right position without having too many of your fingerprints on the models. And I think obviously the biggest example of this is Wallace and Gromit. Like, who doesn't know Wallace and Gromit?
I think I've only ever watched like one thing of them, but that's it. And that was when I was too young to remember what I was watching.
I would give it a rewatch just to see what you've been missing and to kind of see the point proven.
I'm gonna be honest, claymation kind of gives me like creeps.
I mean, understandable, but I still would like an explanation.
This is
It's like, okay, you know how sometimes you can just see, like, there are those parts where they give it too much detail, and it's just kind of weird, and you can see the fingerprints because they get a little close. I don't know why, but I just don't like that.
I mean, understandably so. Obviously, not all claymations are the same. Like, some do want to go into that little nitty-gritty detail, and it is pretty unsettling.
Extra detailed things make me kind of want to, like, die.
Man, I should have delved more into that. I had a whole pack of Play-Doh. Like, cause like back in my early days, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do like stop motion videos back in YouTube's ye olden days.
Back in your day.
Like, when Transformers came out, I obviously collected the figurines, and then I was seeing all these stop motion videos, and I was like, I want to do that. I want to do that. And so that's what I did, Like, I just had, I can't tell if it was my own camera or if it was just a camera I borrowed from from my parents, but I would use that, and I would use it to, like, do the whole frame by frame deal. Granted, it was choppy, and I used music for the entire thing because I didn't do sound effects or my own voice. I'd rather not go back to that part of my past. But
wait, no, now I'm curious. Hold up.
But it's like,
where can we find these, Mason?
You'll never find them.
Do you want to share with the class?
You'll never find them because they belong to an old YouTube account. You'll never find them because they belong to an old YouTube account that is now dead.
It's like when the teacher finds students passing it out. You want to share with the class.
Well, the thing is, like, I would like to show you and have you whinge at the amount of crap that's on it. However, ever since, like, YouTube got owned by Google, like, it required a new password and stuff, and therefore it basically just locked me out of my account. So I could never use that account again. It's there, around there somewhere. I ain't gonna tell you. Best of luck.
All right, let's see here. Just judging by what I know Mason's name is.
No, it's not his name. It's his pet's name.
Yeah, good luck with that. But yeah, so yeah, many different like, animation took many different forms, and of course produced many different films, and of course,
oh my god.
But I feel like I'd be doing it a disservice by not mentioning Hanna-Barbera. Like, as we all know, the company that made Scooby-Doo. However, Scooby-Doo was not the first show that they put on air on on air as a first primetime show. It was actually the Flintstones that became the first primetime show on television. Like,
wait, I forgot to take my Flintstone gummies. Thanks for reminding me.
Oh god. And of course, the next animation that will follow suit, also by Hanna-Barbera, would be Yogi Bear.
Yogi Bear.
And and I guess while we're on the topic of Hanna-Barbera, I gotta tell you, like, out of all their cartoons, Wacky Races will always be my favorite.
I don't know what that is.
Then you didn't have a childhood like mine.
I really didn't. I
I
grew
think
up
that
on
was
Sonic
obvious.
and Cody.
Everybody's living my life.
I think that was wait no Mason.
I grew up on Sonic and Code Lyoko.
I grew up on Tom and Jerry.
Speaking
grew
of
up
Code Lyoko,
on-
that's actually a really good thing for this topic because I think it was one of the first that merged like 2D and 3D animation together, like simultaneously.
I'd be
every
hesitant to
episode.
disagree on that one.
No, but like every episode.
Well, the thing is, it's like, I would say it was sectioned. Because, like, it was split. Because, yes, on one side, you had the 2D, but then it would have the 3D, which would be all on its own. Like, everything in that world is 3D, and then everything in the other world is 2D. So I
No,
wouldn't.
they
So I
have
would
them
kind of argue
merge a
that it
lot,
wouldn't be
yeah.
an exact mixture of 2D and 3D.
No, they had parts where it's like Jeremy's fantasizing about Aelita. So they just like in his dream, he's just holding hands with her avatar, I guess. It's weird.
That's a depressing
He
story.
was, yeah, he's a pretty weird kid. I don't like him. I'm kind of glad whenever he got slapped in the face by Xana. It's fine.
But you know,
I wished for the death of a child.
But you know, actually, I'm glad you brought up 2D, 3D animation because I also wanted to talk about, like, hold on, another burp coming up. There we go.
We don't need to know this.
I'm warning you ahead of time so you can brace yourself. Give me a break.
Yeah,
So,
or two.
So, the animations that mix both 2D and 3D are also ones that I have high respect for because I think that's not an easy feat to do, or maybe it is an easy feat because, you know, I would kind of say that 3D is a little easier to do because once you have the settings, okay, let me explain. Once you have the setting in place, you could it's really all in the matter of just moving the camera around. Everything else would be done by 2D, like done in 2D animation.
Yeah, I was about to say take that up with. I was about to say take that up with Dana. You ain't coming near me. That's a hot.
Yeah,
take
like
that
I'd
I'm
say
not ready to
the
deal
effort
with
is still
Dana's
taken more into
over.
like, well, because here's the thing.
Let
also,
it be known. Let it be known that this is a hot take that is not agreed upon by all of the Insanimators.
one of us is probably going to die tonight.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be you. Just saying.
Which one is this now?
But I would say, obvious examples of this would be going back to Disney because, you know, why not? Like, would be something like Treasure Planet would be a good example. I would say like it had a really good mixture of 2D and 3D. And DreamWorks' The Road to El Dorado, which will always be my favorite childhood film to this day.
I think I watched that in 4th grade, but completely forgot everything that happened in it.
Well, I guess
I
guess that's a.
I starts to like I forgot what was it. The thing about being gods stuff.
Yeah, like they were
It's
faking. They were faking. They're faking as being like gods that these. Was it the Mayans? I think it was
Maybe.
the Mayans. Like yeah, but those people, that civilization worshipped the gods that they looked like or portrayed as.
If one of them didn't look like an adorable bulb-headed munchkin, I don't want it.
Oh well, I'm sorry, Tom, but we can't ever. Nobody can fulfill your wish list.
Well, they should.
The world does not revolve around you.
Oh yeah.
Zeno's adorable, and if he's not God, then I don't know what is.
Zeno? Oh yeah. The one who cannot be.
I would want to
beaten,
extend this
he can
conversation,
just
but then
destroy
it'd be
the
stepping
whole
into like
universe.
religious shit. But of course, I'd say the first successful 3D film is Take a Guess. Like, take a guess what the first successful 3D film to hit big
Oh,
screen.
I can only imagine.
I don't know Toy Story.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I was right.
Yes.
Oh
Toy
my
Story.
god.
Toy Story was the first
Let me
successful 3D CGI film, like when it came out in I think 1996, right? Or was it 1994?
I don't know.
Toy Story.
Yep.
What was it? Toy Story. I don't know.
But yes, like that would be the day that people would look at 3D
Toy
CGI
Story
films
came
and be
out
like, "Oh, that's amazing."
1996.
I'm gonna be honest, I
96.
didn't expect to be right. I just threw it.
Dom, why do I feel like that's you on every single exam you take in school?
Because it actually is.
It's like A, B, C, D. I'm just gonna
Answer
choose B.
yes.
Oh, it's right answer.
No, there's actually a pattern that I learned for tests, and it actually works.
And that's how my
I'm not
dad passed
telling
most of
you.
his tests.
All right, now
I'm
to
not
Yo,
telling you.
let me tell y'all a little side tangent related to what Dom just said there. Right, so this is just a story that my father told me once, and it was he overslept when he was in college. He overslept and he realized he had an exam. Or he thought he overslept. When it turns out he was early, and he entered the wrong classroom, took a
Right.
different exam that he didn't study for that day, and aced it.
That's me,
Yeah.
bro.
He wasn't in the
Damn.
class at all.
I'm surprised they let him take it then. Don't they need to, like, head count or something? That's what my school did.
But at college, Dom. That's what college.
Oh, right. I skipped that part. Sorry. My brain is like 50% here, and the other 50% is thinking about how I'm going to get all the rest of the moves I'm missing in Xenoverse.
Fair.
Well, Dom, you might want to keep your attention here because I'm going to be talking about your favorite little bit of animation.
Is it anime?
Anime.
You mean anime that started in 1956?
Oh boy,
Oh,
that's a
yeah,
nice
back
number.
then.
Okay,
it
no,
was
unfortunately,
different.
Dom, I don't have much for this one.
Aww.
I tried looking I tried looking it up.
Sad.
I tried looking it up, but there wasn't much history with this one, or at least not on the sites that I looked at.
So
But-
you raise my hopes and then kill them immediately? That's messed up, man.
I could tell you that
That's
like
innate.
I could tell you that like the leading figure for manga, it would be Osamu Tezuka in 1961.
Testa.
Why
which
do I
would-
think I've heard that name before?
Well,
Established,
either way,
yeah.
it he would help contribute to the comic book style that anime is most famous for.
Oh yeah.
So it's
And that's
his
about all she
fault.
wrote on that one.
So it's his
Bro, it's his fault that everything's black and white. Come on, bro.
It's his fault that we have to read it from right to left.
Bro.
No, that's like just Japanese how they read it.
I'll blame the Japanese as a whole another day.
Right.
Dana, you don't have to be present for that one.
Okay, I'm not gonna say a word.
You don't need to. The only things I'll blame them for is anime related anyways.
Goku officially dies, and it's permanent.
Finally!
He's here. He's here with us.
Bro, he was supposed to stay dead, and he came back because of freaking
Oh,
Elder
yeah.
Kai.
Oh yeah.
Screw
Like,
Elder Kai,
Gohan was supposed to be the next main character, and then
Why are we
no,
talking about
actually,
only anime?
Because mainly
It's
because like
important.
anime is the one that we haven't really touched on. We touched about like everything else in terms of animation, but this is like the one part that wasn't really looked at that much.
yeah.
Plus, I get a say in this too.
Okay, then how would you describe anime? Like, what do you think would consider a perfect execution?
Hunter x Hunter.
Do explain.
Okay. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna hope that nobody gets mad that I'm spoiling it, because there are parts that I need to explain in order for this to make sense. But, like, okay. The start of it was really simple, understandable. It had a nice story and plot, right? That's what you need for a good story.
Yeah.
But the thing I liked is the character relations in it, especially Gon and Killua. Like, you've seen the rival thing in a whole bunch of other anime, like My Hero has Deku Bakugo, and Dragon Ball has Goku Vegeta, Naruto has Naruto and whatever. Those don't matter. When you have the main character that has a bestie, that's even better than the rivalry, in my opinion. Because that was just enjoyable, and there's a reason I cried at the end. Like, Killua was willing to kill himself for Gon.
But I think more into the
Like,
question of like how does it interpret like how anime is made?
easy. The animation for it, right? All of it is like, you know how a lot of anime now like these special effects to convey emotions and power and stuff. They still do that, but only for the power. But for the emotions, like, this is weird to explain. Whenever it zooms into a character's face whenever they're dealing with heavy emotions, you can tell that all of that was drawn. Like,
Yep.
that's what I really liked about it. No extra effects to make things heavy, like in Naruto when they gave Itachi a fisheye lens, which made his face look wonky.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was weird. We don't talk about that.
Also, speaking of wonky or whatever, like I just remember like when Sasuke was laying in bed and like somebody actually like took that screenshot and like draw his legs and like was like the legs like look like so much longer than it should be.
Oh wait, no, I remember that. But
Oh my god.
I want anime to start like drawing all the emotions and not putting effects and stuff over them, because that makes it look like 500 times better.
Snapchat.
Well, what about
I don't
anime.
see a lot of anime that do that anymore. Like Demon Slayer, sure, they draw the emotion part, but the rest of it is like effects, especially during the last season part
well, it's
where
just
they're fighting what's his name and he's about to die and stuff.
boy spoilers.
Spoilers for
Yeah,
anyone who watches.
I didn't say any names. You can already assume that people die. It's anime.
Yeah, I mean like it's not an anime if people don't die.
Exactly.
But what about
Well,
say
slice of
animes
life
that have
and stuff,
greatly
yeah.
exaggerated like animations? What's your take on that?
Oh my god, those are my like BNA and Little Witch Academia were, I think, the main animator was like the same person for those two.
I was thinking more like
think-
Mob Psycho 100.
That too. Oh my god, Mob Psycho has the animation for that is so good, and people
Dylan's
think
time to shine here, folks.
no. I've heard people say the anime is bad because the animation is weird. That's cap.
You're weird.
Yeah.
I would say the one thing I would kind of agree with them. The one show I can kind of agree with them on, aside from like ones that do exist out there in the world that we don't talk about, it's probably Bobo.
I still haven't watched that.
I don't know if it's possible to, like, because really the only time it was available was on Toonami, and that was long ass time ago. But yes, like regardless if you watch it in the dub or the sub, it is weird on both fronts.
Yeah. Another thing is there's anime where everyone just looks stale. Like if you've ever watched Sonic X, the animation for the characters in that makes me want to puke.
And you kind of wonder, like, and we all wonder just why it's been going on for so long, or as long as it did.
Yeah, honestly, Sonic X is kind of like mid. And this
Yeah.
is coming from the Sonic fan.
But taking a step back from anime, like, there's one show that is, I think, is severely underlooked purely because of people's like stereotypical wants for the formula, and I'm talking about Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I want to give my 2 cents on that one real quick because I think
Oh yeah.
because
That
I
amazing
think
show.
because I think it doesn't deserve the disrespect that it got.
I want more of it.
Yeah, yeah,
I
like
want more of it.
yeah, like Dana, we should really continue binge watching that. I need to get back to like showing that in one of our servers.
Binge watching it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
everybody
bro,
else
she
has
left
it.
you behind.
Watching it behind my back.
Bruh, I wasn't even in the original viewing group.
Yeah, but like people slander on it because it deviates from the formula. It completely changes everything that was about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. All the turtles look different. They're not stereotypically the same as they have been in almost every iteration that exists.
I
Well,
need more of this Donnie.
2012 actually
I
has
need
different.
more of this Donnie and like the
design.
interacting.
Well, there you go. That's your next project right there. Just draw Donnie.
That's the plan. No, wait, Mason, I'm going to DM you what my current phone wallpaper is, just for reference.
I've yet to see the movie. Do not spoil it for me.
You are not to show this on stream.
I'm not going
not
to.
Because it's bad, but because
it's the cute.
Wait, fuck, where are your DMs?
Gee, probably fucking buried under all the other ones you
There
have.
they are. Okay, hang on. Found it.
Oh my god, this drawing is a mess.
Mason, I just sent you a DM of what my current phone wallpaper is.
And then Mason just shows.
I'm not gonna say anything.
I'm scared.
It is Donnie.
But yeah, it's like people complain about it because it doesn't follow the fucking formula that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has been following for years, and I'm just like, who the fuck cares? They trying something different.
Yeah.
They're trying something new, and in my opinion, it works.
I just DM'd you what I sent Mason.
Like it's like
okay,
yeah, like the turtles. Like
I'm still drawing.
Like this is the one show that actually has the gall to change almost everything that made the turtles. And like I said,
pizza,
it works.
SMA.
So I don't know why people bitch about it. And not to mention the animation. The animation is probably the best it has ever been in any Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle show to ever exist.
Oh my god, they went off.
They went off, and it's just a shame that that show only had like 3 seasons. Yes, it had a movie, but still.
They went off in the animation department. Like, holy damn.
Like, you want...
Why did you never tell me about this, Dana? SMA. I tell you about all these anime that
That's
I
a good
watch.
question.
Dumb, I know what we have to binge watch next.
Okay, but after we're watching Hunter x Hunter, since you still didn't watch
We still have to finish Cowboy Bebop.
I may have finished that without you.
You know what? Like, Dom, I am glad you mentioned that, because I want to explore that bit of anime, the one where it feels more authentic. Like, yeah, even though this is like an anime that has like space travel and stuff.
Yeah, honestly, I don't usually like those, but that one's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's like I also do like animations that still apply real life physics, or like be more authentic. Like, not just slice of life animes, but also just like any animation that like incites actual human emotion, or like human physics or something like that. Basically, where it's the Earth that we know, just drawn.
Yeah.
I wonder if they can draw my house.
Oh.
Oh wait, actually, never mind. I don't want to. They're changing it, and it's gray and ugly now.
Oh.
So, I think the bottom line of all this, I kind of want to wrap this up. Hold on. Another burp coming up. Brace yourselves.
Good. I don't need to. I'm already prepared.
Okay, it didn't happen.
I have two. I have 2 siblings. This is nothing new to me.
But like, bottom line of animation is that there's many different types. We all know this. They all have their strengths and weaknesses, and that's something that can't be avoided. There's no such thing as a perfect animation. Every animation is going to have their quirks and their like benefits and doubts and consequences or whatever, pros and cons. Like they're all going to have something that we enjoy and stuff that we don't. It's not only just in the matter of execution, but also just what type of animation it is. Like if it's like, say if they decide to take Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and decide to make it completely 2D, like how would we feel about that? I mean, yeah,
Honestly, that would be kind of cool.
it would be kind of cool, but it's like, would it take away what made it so special? Because it was a mix of 3D. Like, would it take away would it take away that bit of magic?
I'm gonna be honest. I kind of didn't like that movie because my brother was shoving it down my throat.
Oh no.
Okay, so that's on your brother's. So that's your brother's fault, not the movie's fault.
Yeah, I know, but like it looked pretty, but after like the first 4 times, yeah, no.
The first 4 times.
God.
Like I know I rewatch things a lot, but I keep that to myself.
I can only imagine. So really, like, what animation is good, or like what type of animation is good? That's just pure perspective. Like, you like how this show's animated, you like how this other show's animated, then that's fine. That's on you. Just never. I think we can just all agree that Food Fight is the worst animated film of the century. It should never have existed, and I feel bad for Charlie Sheen for throwing his career further down the shitter.
I don't even know what it is.
Good. Just good. Stay away from it.
Also, I don't know
Was
why, but
planning
like
to.
freaking Goku Black looks like he's covered with a bit of mud.
It's not,
I think it's
it's not
'cause
shadow,
whatever
it's
you used-
mud. He fell
Whatever
face
you
flat.
used.
into
Yeah,
mud.
I think you did something wrong there.
I think you added.
Yeah.
I think you should add a bit of shine to his cheeks. Like, just remove some of that shadowy mud.
Yeah, they always add like this very thin highlight to the characters.
So,
Oh yeah.
and of course, computers. We love them. They help animation. They help work on animation so much easier. But honestly, if you had the chance to do good old-fashioned pen and paper, would you take it? I think the answer is going to be a flat-out no.
Yeah, no.
God,
sorry,
no.
Keep that away from me.
Like, it's like, oh man, pen and paper animation is so great. I want to do this, and we're all just like, no, you don't.
Like, bruh, if I had the skill and the patience, which granted, okay, correction.
Right.
If I had the patience and arm strength,
And a drawing tablet.
and a drawing tablet, I kind of don't have one of those.
No,
refer back to pen and paper.
But I was
no,
about to
trust
say,
me, I use it. No, I use this as like a little table thing. It's really
oh,
smooth.
wait,
so it helps.
it's a really expensive table in that case.
Yeah, you can use it for both. I sometimes actually put like a piece of paper over it so that way I can help make my lines smoother. If you tape a piece of paper over it, like a printer paper, it helps. Trust me.
Huh.
I did that in multimedia too.
Anyways,
So, like, so you were saying that if you had the patience and the skill.
and still no. Because you know what? As pretty as it might look, I would much rather get my job done more efficiently.
Okay, so like, I guess I might be the different one then. I guess I'm the out of all these people here, I'd be the one to willingly walk over a mat of spikes just to see what it's like.
You are. Don't worry, I'll get you a therapist soon.
Joke's on you. I swallow my depression. But that's
I
beside
you just proved our point.
But like, I think it's good to know the roots of animation, just so
You can know it, just don't go through it.
Fuck you! I'm gonna go through it anyway. Like,
No. That's how you get like pain. We don't.
I already have pain. I already have
pain.
pain in my lower back and my lower right lung. Okay, I don't want to hear it.
Well, this is before Mason goes off about his medical needs. This has been the Insanimators.
Yes, like we want to thank the people that partook in our little history lesson in the world of animation.
Bro, this wasn't a history lesson. This was us Googling over animation.
Well, I tried. I was never here, so yeah.
Well, specifically, it was me and Luigi's Googling animation, but still.
I said, never mind.
I mean, it was kind of a lesson because Dana knows stuff without Google.
Just purely in
Disney
general
stuff.
line, Dana knows stuff.
All the cartoon stuff.
Yeah, I know
knows
nothing.
everything but anime.
You're not even saying it right. You need to say your catchphrase.
What? Yes, sir.
At this point,
it's your Animators. Good night, everybody.
It's not over yet.
Wait,
we gotta go through. No, we have to go through the bullshit. Like follow me on this and that kind of deal. So
we've been the Insanimators. Good night, everybody.
We're not finished yet.
I'm finished. Goodbye.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Dana just dipped. Also, look, guys. Look, guys. It Goku Black. It has a new ability acquired.
Luigi, real talk. I think you have a problem with Undertale.
This man isn't black.
Hold your fire! It's like freaking Trunks.
So, before Luigi even remotely continues on whatever he's talking about, just want to thank the few people that partook in our stream. Obviously, you gotta give the whole spiel. Follow us on our socials if you care to do so. Big shout out to one more big shout out to Disney Dork for allowing us to show off some of her pieces of art, which are pretty much 80-90% angel dust. Let's just be real here.
Praise God.
She really does love her angel dust, and I will torture her over that fact.
Oh my God, yeah, no.
Makes sense.
Why is my voice weird?
You guys be angel dust, guys.
You just stop, Luigi. You're not that good at it. If I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be blunt. Yeah, if I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be blunt about it.
I mean, at least you did a pretty decent job on Goku Black.
Yeah.
Even though you gave him no eyebrows.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't have eyebrows. He's just like angry.
Wait. No, Super Saiyan 3 doesn't have eyebrows, and neither does Ultra Ego. Goku has eyebrows.
I don't see them in the reference.
He'll edit it in post.
I'll edit it in post.
And of course, I have to say our sponsorship.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So
today's stream is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Honestly, I'd rather for the show to end than for us to be sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
I'd be down.
Dane.
So
I'd be down if they pay us.
Game Kastle is a website where you can get all your favorite D&D stuff, including board games, campaigns, even ones based on your favorite franchises. If you do any purchases on that site using the link in the description, we'll get some kickback on it. And so, give us a bit of pennies here and there. Finally, got that out of the way. But with that, I, for one, thank you guys. I don't know about these other people.
Other people? Nah.
No, man, I'm gonna come there.
I'm gonna find you now.
Wait, sorry, what?
We're just other people, Dana. That's all we are to him.
Okay, well.
Ho Chi Minh.
I'm sorry, you want to give your 2 cents on this?
What? Did I forgot already.
We are the Insanimators. Stay insane, everyone.